Hello, everyone. LJ Young, the founder of Six Sense, and I want to welcome you to my channel. Thank you very much. I'm humbled. Every day I get on and read your comments and feel your stories because when people go through this and then they write a comment, I can feel their comment because I know it can't be faked. What they write cannot be faked. You guys drive me. You guys help me project this channel to where it's supposed to be to help millions of people. So thank you very much. Much appreciated. The basis of this channel is based on my 6-year relationship with a malignant covert narcissist. And the malignant part means she was the top of the worst, the physically violent, mentally abusive, verbally abusive, pathological liar. Ooh, lie so bad. Pathological liar and serial cheater. Now, lately it's been in me to start this series called Narcissistic Fog Moments. And who I want this directed to are the people that are actually inside narcissistic relationships, inside the narcissistic fog, trauma bonded, but they don't know that they're there, okay? These are the people that they know something's wrong, just like I was, okay? Because I'm just going through the steps. Know something's wrong, but you just can't put your finger on it until one day you start Googling, why is my girlfriend cheating on me? Why is my boyfriend hitting me? Why is he telling me he loves me, but he still cheats on me and physically abuses me? Why does my girlfriend keep cheating on me? And every time I leave her, she cries and begs and wants me to stay, and then I forgive her. She keeps doing it. Those people. So what I'm going to do is share about 3 or 4 of my narcissistic fog moments, hoping that it will catch one of you guys that are in your narcissistic fog, and then you hear my story, you're like, hey, wait a minute. The person I'm with does that to me too. Oh my God. And then that connection will be made. So here's the first one, okay? Because this was the first time this has ever happened to me in my life. This has never happened to me, okay? One day, one of the arguments we were having, when you're in a narcissistic relationship, arguments up, down, arguments for no odd reason. They just come out of nowhere, right? The narcissist I was with, and this might be all of them, but she always had the freedom to yell and scream, say horrible names, cuss, but I couldn't do it in return. I couldn't yell. I couldn't call her names. I couldn't cuss at her. When you're in a narcissistic fog, it makes no sense. But one time, I decided that if she's going to yell in my face, I'm going to yell back at her. And so she was shocked because I just don't do that. I would just walk away and leave. So this time I yelled back. And guess what? Pow! Right across my face. She slapped me in my face. Sure did. Slapped me right across my face. I was in shock. Now she's hit me before, but she's never slapped me in my face. Shocked the shit out of me. Shocked me. I was like, now, I didn't know what to think at that moment. I didn't know if I was going to hit her back or I didn't know. But reacting, I was just in shock. So what I did was went to the kitchen. And I was crying in hysteria because I really didn't understand what was happening. And as I was crying, I look up. She was peeking around the corner looking at me crying. And when I looked up her and saw that, she kind of dipped back. And even that moment, it stopped me. It brought me out of my hysteria. And I was like, wait a minute. Is she watching me cry? That was the weirdest shit I've never seen. Now I understand because she's a narcissist. Now I know what they do. But at the time, it confused me. So is this story similar to one of you guys out there? Here's another one. One time, I got tired of her hitting me. She was physically abusing me, scratching on my neck. Oh, it was just horrible, ripping my clothes off my back. I would have a shirt on. She would just rip it right off. But anyway, I said, if you hit me again, I'm going to leave you. Okay, so she said, okay, I won't. You know all the begging and crying they do, right? And then we got into another fight, and guess what? She hit me. And I said, didn't I tell you? What was I going to do? You know what she said to me? She goes, Since I did it, I might as well go all the way. And then she just started going off. Boom, boom, boom. Full blows. Just going crazy. Full blows to where I had to protect my face. She's just like this. Guess what I did? I stayed. I still didn't leave. You know, it's like this. Narcissists know if she says F your boundaries, listen, what she did was said F your boundaries and did it anyway. And then what happened? I stayed. So why would she listen to any of my boundaries? Today, none of that would have happened today. I'm telling you, the person who I am today, first of all, I wouldn't even date a woman like that anyway. It wouldn't even come to that point. But if I'm out on a date or something, or I'm seeing somebody and she raises her voice, I'm going to address it. I'm going to address it. I'm going to say, hey, why are you raising your voice? Do I talk to you like that? Well, I just this and that. No. I don't care what you say. I don't care what kind of excuse you give. I don't allow that in my life. I have peace in my life. I'm talking about the person I am today. That's exactly who I would be. I would be very direct with women. That's how I am now. If they have problems in their life, if I detect any kind of narcissistic traits, and then I dive in and find out they're one, I'm just going to say, hey, we can't see each other no more. Why? I'm not going to call them a narcissist, but I'll just say, hey, I'm not going to date you, period. But I'll just give them whatever they did or said or whatever, because a narcissist will do or say something that you could just point out and say, that's why. So I'm not going to see you anymore. And that's it. No problems. That's it. But what I want you guys that are in the narcissistic fog to understand, narcissists don't like boundaries at all. They don't. If you set a boundary and you don't stick to it and they just walk all over it, they're going to walk all over you. I promise you that. All right, here's another one. And this is in the early stages of the relationship too. I remember that it's in the early stages. Well, one time we were at her house and we were in another argument. We were upstairs. And the bed is in between us. She has a queen size bed, right? And she's on one side, I'm on the other side, and she's in one of her narcissistic rages at that moment. That's why I'm on the other side of the bed, okay? Everybody knows with those narcissistic rages that they could do anything. Well, anyway, as we're doing this particular argument, a knife comes out of nowhere, a knife. Yes, a knife. Now, she didn't like, I'm going to kill you, or she didn't say anything like that. She didn't threaten me with it, right? But in my mind, I said, where did that knife come from and why is it here? That's what's going on in my brain. But really, that's me today. The butterfly, I'm going back into the cocoon version of me. I'm the person that was saying that, hey, forget about what you guys are arguing about. Where'd that knife come from and why is it here? And I said, now remember, I'm trauma bonded at this time. So we're arguing and fighting, and my suitcase happens to be on the bed. I must have flew down to see her. My suitcase was on the bed, and she started stabbing my suitcase. Yelling at me. Stabbing my suitcase. Sure did. So I said, I'm thinking when you see something like that, my mind goes into a different mode. It's like, okay, I'm not really paying attention to what she's arguing about anymore. I'm like, why is that knife here? So I did something. I shifted the conversation or something to where I could get close to her and grabbed her wrist and put her down on the bed. And I had to wrestle the knife out of her hand. And as I took it out, it sliced my hand right here. Not bad, just enough to make it bleed a little bit, but not enough for stitches, right? But I got it out of her hand. Did I leave? I didn't leave. Why? Because I was trauma bonded. That's why. I was trauma bonded. I want you guys to understand the power of trauma bond. It makes you stay with crazy people. Now, if I would have called the police, now listen, she didn't even care. I was telling her, I should call the police on you. You know she didn't even care? If I would have called the police, she would have been going to jail for a crime. All I had to do was show her my hand. Look what she did. She would have been going to jail. You know what I did? Oh man, I can't really do that. I got to think about her son. She has a young child at this time, right? I had to step out of myself and say, you got to think about this kid, but never once saying, how come she's not thinking about it? Narcissists don't care about nobody, not even their own children, not nobody. Are you in something like that? Are you with somebody that don't care about their own children? Do you have children with a person like this that they don't even care about their children? You're with a narcissist. Do you understand me? Somebody that don't care about their own children that they brought here to earth? That's a narcissist. Do you understand me? Put it this way, the longer I've been out of this, the more empowered I am, but at the exact same time, I'm also humbled at this. I'm also humbled because I hear these stories. I see 27 years, 30 years. I was married. I have children with them. We have a house together. We have a business together. I couldn't even imagine if I was married to this woman with children, a business, legally tied together with marriage, a house, a business, and then you try to get away from that while they just torture you the whole time. That's got to be horrible. That's why I keep telling you guys this. Millions do not make it out of the narcissistic fog. Millions don't. First they got to recognize that they're in it. Listen to me, you guys. It has nothing to do with looks, how smart you are, what college you went to, how much self-confidence you have, how many women you've been with, what kind of car you drive. It ain't got none to do with that shit. Nothing. And nothing at all. Nothing. You step into that narcissistic fog and you've never been there, your whole world is going to turn upside down. You're going to be like, what is going on in here? When I'm in this narcissistic fog, this woman's telling me she loves me and I'm doing for her great. I'm not even fooling around on you. We're building a business together. We're just all success around us. And she's lying to me and fooling around on me and still messing with her ex-boyfriends. It's crazy. When you hear, put it this way, if you're with a person and they always talk about, I want you guys to make sure you listen to me closely, okay? Listen to me very closely. If you are with a person and they keep talking about how their ex is disgusting and how they don't like them and wish they were dead or this and that, I want you guys to understand something. It doesn't matter how they're talking about them, they're talking about them. That's a red flag. That's a total red flag. She said that about all her ex-boyfriends. Oh, they're disgusting. I can't stand them and this and that. She was still having sex with both of them. And who knows who else? I don't even know. Now I understand why her ex-boyfriends were so bold when they would say stuff and come around and do things. I'm like, they don't even care. No, they don't, because they're still having sex with her. But I got caught up in believing that, oh, they were gross and everybody I'm talking to is nasty. But you're still talking to them. Why are you talking to them then if they're so nasty? That's a red flag. Today, the person who I am today, that would never happen again. First of all, I will never be with a narcissist ever again because I can see them now. I am empowered by the blessing that has happened to me. Now my gift is this, to reach my hand in the narcissistic fog to help other people out of it. First, they have to know that they're in it. So if I share my most embarrassing narcissistic fog moments with them and they see me share these out in the public, they're going to be like, why is he so bold to share these stories out in public? He's not embarrassed? No. You know why? Because I left her. I left the narcissist. And she cried and she did all that for a whole month, hoovered me for a month. Till she finally understood that I was serious. There's no going back. No. That's never happening again by any narcissist. And there's millions of them. Men, women, it don't matter. You're going to be like, wait a minute, they're in the clubs, they're everywhere, everywhere. All you gotta do is listen, just listen to the way they speak. No self-accountability. It's everybody else's fault. There's a reason why they're not ahead because of somebody, the mom, dad, cousin, so-and-so's brother stopped them from doing something, whatever. If I can help you figure out that you're in it, my stories, this is what I figured, and obviously this comes from God. The way I can connect, if you're in a narcissistic fog and you don't know that you're in it, and then you hear a story like mine and it sounds like yours, something's going to start to register, and then you're going to click on more Sixth Sense videos. I have so many narcissistic fog moments. I got a whole catalog of videos right here. Right here. Just now that I'm on the other side, I can't tell you how fast my life is just catapulting upward. I can't even explain it. So fast that I got to slow it down. I'm moving at the speed of light squared. I'm moving that fast. I can't explain it to you. So my job is to help you get here. Maybe I can help some of you guys out there that got through the narcissist, got away from your narcissist, got through it, broke the trauma bond, but you really haven't embraced the power of what you have done. Maybe you haven't, because I don't really find channels talk about embracing this experience. Maybe that's it. What I've done is combine my other channel, Savings Minus Debt, and Sixth Sense together for my life. In my life, I combine these together. I can't explain to you how my mind is just expanding so quickly. I can't even explain it. I thank God every day for it. Thank you, God. I didn't know. Hey, I was asking God, why God, when I was in it? Why God? Why God was like, as soon as you choose me, I'll show you. That's what he's basically saying. As soon as you choose me, as soon as you have a death of ego experience, I'll show you what's on the other side. And he has, and it's beautiful. It's beautiful.